we are getting ready for another day of chopping. We've got our Michelin tires on the semi, and the chopper is ready to go to the field. Today's video is brought to you by Michelin tires, which is what we've got on our push tractor here that we're going to be pushing silage with today. Michelin can be your one-stop shop for all your ag tire needs, and we're actually going to be at the Farm Progress Show next week with Michelin at the Michelin booth. September 1st, we're going to be doing a meet and greet at 2:30 p.m. So you can come meet Nathan and I. Kendall's going to stay home, keep the farm running smooth. We're going to be at the Smithco booth the next day at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. are the performances on September 2nd at the Smithco booth. But thanks to Michelin for sponsoring today's video, and we hope you guys enjoy it.
Yesterday, the long haul cattle started to line up pretty much 100%. There's one standing back over there, much more aggressive at the bunk now. And this is before we even feed any long stem hay, which we will still do for a couple more days. The 4 different pens of new cattle, doing pretty good in this heat. We let them have access to this shade. That pen gets the back side of the shed. This pen gets inside of the shed. And then those 2 pens over there each get a lean-to shed. So they're doing pretty good dealing with hot conditions for the first 10 days. And we didn't vaccinate them yet. We're gonna wait to do that till about the 10-day to 2-week mark. And they're also still getting extra water tanks. Electric fence that's right here is totally out of their way. Stuff made good feed, but about 3 days ago it started to blow down in the hot winds.
Well, I was quite proud of this forage sorghum until it did this. This is where we grazed cows for a while in the spring on wheat. We grazed out the wheat, killed the wheat, planted this stuff with hardly any moisture, but we got it sprouted and then it grew like crazy. Unfortunately, as soon as these seed heads got any weight to them, it fell down, which what's funny is we were gonna get it chopped, but we had stuff going on at the end of the last week, so we waited to start on our corn. And then Sunday is when the wind blew and it was 105 and all of this fell down.
Forage sorghum can do in Kansas with big rains.
Yeah, except it's falling over up on the hill, but this is the lower ground.
It didn't start falling down until like 3 days ago.
All those grain heads filling up.
Now we're chopping along the new fence.
Well, this cane is a similar story to my corn. They looked really good a week ago, nice and tall and green and standing, and then that hot day roasted it, and then it all started falling over. So we probably should have been chopping this a couple days ago, but we didn't.
How you doing in there, Owen?
I'm putting our inocular. Mixes it in. It's a live bacteria that helps fermentation process for the silage. That spends less time heating.
I don't know which guys necessarily pick. I think more burns based off the name usually more than the others, but like it's
I think Nathan said it's 24 acres. And it basically made 24 loads. Very easy to haul loads. Mine's not very full. My last load. Back onto some corn. It's good stuff.
All right, well, we had another a pretty good day of chopping. Today the chopper did not have a breakdown. We had to fix yesterday's in the morning, which was connected to the one from the night before. We're actually like should be able to just get up, do a little bit of maintenance, and chop tomorrow. But now we're trying to decide where to chop. It reminds me very much of 2020. Kendall's daughter was born around chopping time, and it was so hot and all the corn just like died within a few days. And that's what, like, this corn we're chopping has turned brown. It's gone from green to brown just like over the weekend. So it's not like too dry yet, but it also, all the early corn has some grain in it, and yeah, it's like shriveling up. But my corn that I really wanted to just be to pick, so I planted it late, kind of like Milo, and I planted it low population. Well, it basically looks like it's giving up, and we have 4 more days. Feels like we should stop chopping these pivot corners that are kind of hard. We had 2 more pivot corners, and then we have cane, so we have to chop the cane. But it's like, well, maybe we should just plan on, we're gonna have to go chop some of mine, hopefully not all of it, because it's like over 200 acres. So hopefully the low areas, which is what brings the yield up, they were what I was hoping for good corn on. And then I thought, well, if I just grow decent below average corn, whatever, on the hills. But now it's like the hills are just giving up. So it's pretty frustrating. But some years we just have, if you get your 100-degree days passed in July, and then you have cooler days in August, and hopefully catch some rain, then we're golden on our late crops. But when it stays hot all the way through August 20th or August 16th is what we're looking at right now, with no rain, then the late crops really struggle. I mean, even the Milo and the beans kind of hitting their permanent wilting point. So not that they'll be over, but they're definitely taking a hit. So I'm checking irrigation. It's a beautiful sunset. It was nice to end the day with everything working. Pivots are still running too, which is good because we've had some issues with them. Well, just this one basically to fight. Look at this nice green corn. Doesn't take much. Some years you just don't get it. These ears are hardening too in a hurry. We kind of limit water this circle anyways, because we know we're gonna run out. I've been kind of slowing down the water to it. Hopefully it kind of knows accordingly. All right, it's still going, that's good. We're gonna let it run overnight.
Drip irrigation pond is dry. We got this corn almost all the way to the finish line, but that heat flash, 107, 30-mile-per-hour winds, and then running out of water, I think this corn will probably ripen pretty quick now. So the goal with the drip irrigation this year was to have this one zone of corn just have all the water it needs throughout the whole growing season. But I ended up trying to keep my double crop Milo alive because it hasn't rained at all over here by my house since June. We've had like less than an inch. And so was trying to keep my double crop Milo alive, and now I ran out of water. But I think this corn is still gonna do pretty good. It looks to me like it'll be well over 200, which is still a good irrigated yield here in Kansas.
All right, well, we keep having trouble with the one pivot, so we're gonna get this gearbox on there. We don't have much water left to pump, but it's time. It's not gonna, we want to pump the last bit of water, and it's not gonna walk without a new gearbox. So this silly pivot, I just left it running yesterday because I thought, well, this whole half circle side, we have pretty good access to the pivot basically anywhere, especially since we chopped off the corner over here. And I thought, well, if it stops again, then I'll do the gearbox. Well, somehow it found a way, it literally stopped the one place. It's the farthest walk, but it's okay. It's all right. I don't know what else I would have expected, but if it would have gone a couple hours longer right by a nice grassy spot, or if it would have stopped a couple hours earlier, it would have been right here. Now I got to figure out the best way to walk to it. I'm just ranting and raving. Don't listen to me complain. We'll get it done. I'm gonna try to walk down the pivot track.
So these pins get some buckets. Pellets. These ones are basically ready to quit the hay and go to just ration.
Right there is a picture of the irrigated circle and the corner of the pivot that didn't get any water. We're gonna chop the corner of the pivot. As you can see, it didn't even make rain really. All right, pivot corner chopped. Spilled a little bit because it's a lot of turning.
Look at these beans struggling. They would have lasted a long time at 95. But at 105 just turns things backwards, guys.
Okay, well, I got it unplugged now.
So this is where we built a fence this spring. So we're gonna drill this to triticale is the plan. To graze when it rains. We also have plans to connect this field with that corner of the pivot up there. I want to like combine it and then make it kind of part of the pasture. It would all be fenced.
Put your feet up in the silage! Yeah! Woo! It's kind of hard to walk.
Very bright in his legs. Not my face, just my arms. Yeah, don't cover my hat.
We are.
No, don't cover my hat. Just my arms. Put it on my arms.
You do like this. Good job, Henley. You're doing good.
Cover up the jeans.
I don't see some arms.
Okay, don't put anything on his face. Let his head pop out. Oh, just cover up his shoulder. There you go.
Well, the pivot corner's chopped. Got our field chopped here and over there. Across the road. Basically chopped everything close to the place. I'm out of breath because we're playing football.
My dad and I were a little worn out from chopping. We ate supper, and we like to do chores in the evening, but we both waited a little too long to do them tonight because it's getting dark on us. I'll still be able to see fine, but...
Look over here! Get a picture of me next to the cucumber and I'll take our titanium car!
Okay, Junior, but we better hurry.
Here is my pivot corner. It's, I don't know if it's gonna come back from that or not. Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out our music videos linked in the description. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, and explore our website, www.petersonfarmbrothers.com. See you guys next time.